Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my channel. Today, let's talk about weathering. First off, I apologize for not posting close-up pictures of this one. I wasn't happy with how I cleaned up the figure. Even during the painting, I saw some mold lines on the arm parts. I had to scrape them off, and still there are some more mold lines. And at the back, there's that mold, whatever you call that. The figures are rubbery and they're very hard to clean. Happy with the experiment because basically all of my builds since December, since I've started being active again, were just to test how strong the Mecha Color paints are. Just this one. And most of my paints are basically experiments. Not really weathering experiments. It's mostly this one. I did not paint the figure. I just went straight on to weathering it. But the rubber figure is too small. So I can't do much with it in terms of weathering. Because the geek in me doesn't want to weather out of scale. But these are out of scale. Anyways, it was just an experiment and I'm pretty happy with the result. Those rain streaks and those chipping are as big as a human's head, so not really, the geek in me doesn't really like weathering small figures like this, but it was a nice experiment. It was a good and nice experiment. Also, I was able to prove that the Mecha Color paints are really strong. Imagine I painted this without primer. I weathered this without primer and without paints, and it's pretty strong. You can't scratch it off. See? So, also painted some Zoids. I haven't posted a video of this yet. The couple of Catalogas. I haven't posted videos of those because I have yet to put rain streaks and more streaks. But I'm pretty happy with how strong the paints are. So, and it was fun. This one is, I posted a video of this one already. In terms of the experiment, if how strong the mecha paints are, these are pretty strong. You could play with them. You could do this and whatsoever and you won't have scratches. So, pretty good paints. Pretty strong paints. And I don't know what they did with the Mecha Color paints, but it's pretty strong. You won't get scratches. I wanted to do heavy weathering. I almost did heavy weathering with this one, but this is going to be, I'll use this as an example of weathering without painting again, similar to what I did with this one. Meaning I won't prime this and I won't paint it. I'll just do weathering once I've cleaned up the seam lines. Also, a guy from Facebook wanted me to do panel lines. I'll do the panel lines on bare plastic. So that's it. Then basically I wanted to do a really heavy weathering because I got a comment at Facebook that this kit is not weathered enough. Honestly, I don't think there's such a thing as over weathering. I think that heavy weathering is the more politically correct word for it or term for it. But it's kind of funny that I got a comment that this is not weathered enough. So I don't want to weather just for the sake of weathering. I want, like for this one, I added scratches there because it rolls, and supposed to do that when it fights. I don't know. It was supposed to do that. I saw it in the instructions. So I did some weathering there. So for Gunpla, I tend not to weather the head and the torso parts so much because if I want the Gunpla to be serviceable, to look like it's still serviceable, I don't want to weather too much on the torso part and of course the head. Naturally, the pilot would want to protect the torso part because he's in the torso. So also the head part because he needs the camera. So this one is pretty damaged, the shields. I haven't painted the rest of the kit yet. I haven't even cleaned up the seam lines. But I plan to finish this eventually. The problem is I won't be weathering this too much, except this one are the armor parts, so it's okay to have it like over weathered, and with heavy weathering and damages. Maybe I'll put a bit more damages here and at the arm parts. Also a bit more damage here, but not here because the shield is protecting this arm. A bit of damage here and the knee part, and of course heavy damaging on the leg part. But again, the geek in me doesn't want to weather and damage the torso part and the head part because naturally the pilot will protect that. So I wanted to create something that's really over weathered, something that if you look at it, the weathering will make sense. First off, I decided to use this old Zaku as a sample for my heavy weathering. Perhaps I'll need to damage the torso parts this time because it's a dead Zaku in the first place, and I have to clean this up. The old twigs, I have to remove them. So I decided to clean this up because I wanted to do a heavily weathered kit without damaging this one, the new one. So I decided to do heavy weathering on this one. I wanted a video of this one from painting to weathering. So I'll have to clean this up, repaint the whole thing, and add more details to the broken parts. I'll put more wires there, and here of course there I'll put more details before I paint this. Of course, more wires to the leg parts. It needs more wires. Then here a bit more damage here. As you can see, the pins that I use, they actually really rusted. It's really rusted, maybe because of my climate or weather or how I kept this kit, but those are real rust. I'll have to paint over those, clean those up, and repaint the whole thing. I'll have to rescribe a few because my scribing here is really thin. As you can see, the scribing is really thin. But at 1:48, this is going to be really fun to weather. This color, the Scorpina Green, is my fave color in the game airline. I don't know why, but I really like it. I think I painted this one with game airs. All Vallejo paints are pretty strong once you let it cure, so you won't really scratch it at all, especially once you varnished it. And besides, this is 4 to 5 years old, so the paints are really cured now. Also, I'll be limiting the color to like 6 or 8 colors so that people could follow what I use on painting a Zaku. I'll be using all the Mecha weathering paints for this one, and once I primed it and added more details to the other parts, we will do really nice short videos of each segment of the build so that people could follow. And I'll have something to bring around for as a sample of painting. It will be my sort of demo of how to weather a dead Gunpla or a dead Zaku. I'm a really happy boy today because I got myself some cheap Star Wars figures. If you look at the price, it's like $50 and I got it for like $14. So I'll be painting this one. It's really nice. I love painting toys. It's going to be really fun to do those paint chipping, and there's not much cleanup because I mean I don't see any mold lines. I don't see anything that I really need to clean except for the mold line there. Other than that, it's really nice. Also got this, which is also dirt cheap. It's a huge kit. It's a huge toy. other than being a toy and the mold lines there, it's really detailed. If you could see those details there, it's this is going to be awesome once I painted it. Not because I'm a good painter, but because of the details. If you could see the vents are really detailed. So I love the movie. I'll paint the figure a bit, but not too much. But if you look at the details of the sides, those are going to be really fun to weather. There's no mold lines whatsoever, except for this one, except here, and I can clean that up. These are going to be fun to paint, and I'll be painting them with Mecha Colors, because I've since proven for the past month that Mecha Colors are really strong paints and they're perfect for action figures. That's it, we're done. I hope you found the video informative, and that was a lot of talk, but I hope you liked it. Again, this is Don. Thanks for visiting my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Saludos!